So, talking of next best toys, let's tell you what my thoughts are, and I've been threatening to do this for a while. I was trying to tell this little story, if you like, the other day when I got rudely hit up the arse at a junction. Check out my videos. Telling the story about my early days in the motorcycle industry. Back in the early 90s I worked for Alan Jeffries Motorcycles in Shipley in West Yorkshire. I had 2 stints of working for them. I worked for them in the early 90s to mid 90s. They went back again in 98, 99, possibly 99, 2000, 99, 99 I think it was. To work for them again when they were selling BMWs, which they are now to this day, 20 years later. Wow, 20 years. And still got good contacts down there, of course. Louise and Mally, Mick. I haven't spoken to Tony for a few years, but the team down there still there. And I worked for Jeffries back then in the early days of the new generation of Triumph, the John Bloor generation coming out of Hinckley. Now I like things out of Hinckley very much. Couldn't miss his rider skills. He's a Hinckley lass, more by coincidence that she's from there, and I like the manufacturer so much. I also like the ladies from there as well. Clearly, I married one. So early 90s, before I met Couldn't Miss His rider skills, I was selling the new generation of Triumphs. Come on, mate, you're all good. And started off with what was, I think back then they had a single headlighted Triumph Trident 750. Let's go through that quick range quickly. They had the 1000cc. They did have a Daytona, 1000cc. They had the 750 and they had the 900 Trident and Trophy. Now the range quickly developed. Now I might be wrong, but I think the engine blocks were pretty much designed around Kawasaki's. The engines were from Kawasaki, possibly. I'll have to look into that. Somebody put me right or firm that up. But the bikes, Mr. Bloor, John Bloor, I think he was a builder. He had a dream to bring up British motorcycle industry to where it should be, and he did just that. What a tremendous job he's done over the years. He'll have had a business plan, followed it through, and the bikes evolved to what they are today. In fact, pretty much world beaters. It's very successful. In fact, it's this year they're doing the Motor 2, all on the same bikes. Same, the 765 engine, is it? Speed triple engine. Massive success at the TT, of course. Tight there. Now we're good to go. And yeah, so the bikes have evolved, and of course I'm a big fan that 3-cylinder engine has everything. It has the torque, it has the sportiness, it has the top end, it has the bottom end. It's smooth, it's refined, it's got better and better, and Triumph, of course, have been building it a lot of years. They've also got some great skills when it comes down to the range they've extended, including, of course, the Tiger. I'm a fan of the Tiger. There's another story I'll tell you about next time, about the basically how I wrecked a 900 almost, and that was 94. Come back to that, but the range grew. But I was talking about the shaft driven 1200 Tiger nowadays. So they can do the shaft drive very successfully, they can do the triple successfully, but they've not combined them. Now I'm wanting them to do that, because I want an all-rounder. I don't need 1200cc. Certainly don't need 1300cc. The bike I'm looking for, I suppose, is a scaled down version of the BMW K1300S. Because I'm lazy. I want the shaft drive. I want a triple. I don't need 175 horsepower either, like the 1300S has got. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't need it. I want an all-rounder. I don't need a Hayabusa Kawasaki ZX14 powered bike at all. What I need is something that'll do everything. I'm a big fan of the original. No, it won't even be the original, of course. The mid-90s VFR 750 Honda. It was the all-round bike. The bike for everybody. Fantastic, beautiful build quality, typical Honda build quality. It had it all. But what it didn't have was shaft drive, and I'm getting lazy. That's what I want. I don't need the chain drive. I don't need that lightness that would lend itself to. I just want something that's sports tourer with the performance for maybe 150 mile an hour if I needed to. I don't. I'm not going to Germany on it. No, I don't plan to. Hit the autobahns with it, but I need that performance. I like that performance. I want smoothness, which the triple will give me. I want a modern day. I want everything in relation to mod cons. I want electronically adjustable suspension. I want the full, is it TR, what do they call it? TRT, the fancy digital speedo gauge, all the computer up front. Tells me the tyre pressures. I want all the mod cons, heated grips. I want the comfort. I want weather protection. I want it to be able to carry panniers and a top box that look like they're meant to be there, but also for the bike to look like it never had them when you take them off. So I can go out scratching on a weekend and go touring on a day out, carry the wife, comfort. My brother told me a great bike to own would be the Triumph Sprint, the 1050 ABS model, a triple. Perfect bike, he says. And he's no doubt right. It looks like a beast of a thing for me, but they don't do a modern day one. They've stopped doing it. The 2010 model would be beautiful, but again, chain drive. I want shift driven. So that's what I'm asking Triumph to build me. You can do it. I'm a big fan of the mark, if you like. I know they've got the skills, but they need to produce that bike for me. I want that bike. So they can call it a sprint if they like. They can call it what they want. But let's do it right. Let's bring that bike back, and let's do a modern day equivalent of the sprint, if you like, and put some shaft drive on it. Could be a 900, 1000cc. As long as it's a 3-cylinder. It'd be lovely. And I like the under-seat exhaust like they had on that 1050 Sprint as well, which would allow them to put some nice slimline panniers on it as well, both sides. And they would, because they don't even need a highline exhaust, they wouldn't actually lose any luggage carrying capacity if they did that. Or they keep it low down, the exhaust, but I want to go out and scratch. I don't want to be scraping it out. Not that I'm up to them shenanigans these days. Bit of knee scraping. Tell you what, anybody who's knee scraping on the road, stay there, Mr. Buddy Navarro. Let's go quick to that junction. So yeah, anybody who's knee scraping on the road, you're just showing off. You don't look at that, right, middle lane to the right. Good job, won't go any quicker. Awesome. So anyway, going back to that, as long as he checked his mirrors. Good. So I've got down here and I'm going to get squashed here. Car up there, I'm just going to sneak in from this one. Look ahead, people. So anyway, going back to what I was talking about, yes, knee scraping. I'm going to name drop here. David Jeffries told me he'd never got his knee down on the road. But I tell you what, no, apart from at the TT, I'm sure he did there. But just general riding around, even riding fast with us lot, when I worked at the shop, he told me he'd never got his knee down. Didn't need to. So there you go, that's my say on that. Now I've got to work out where I'm going.